Welcome back, Shop Rats. It's another Talk About It Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about experiences with trying to purchase parts online. Something that's fresh on my mind because of an experience I just had. So we're going to talk about it because that's what Talk About It Tuesday's all about. Don't go away. I'm Mike.
This is My Cars Shop.
As always, I'm cruising and perusing various places online looking for the deal and the steal and the stuff that people have that they're just wanting to get rid of, the stuff that people have that they're just wanting to get in somebody's hands who can actually use it. They're not really about the money. They're just given a really good deal on something to try to help somebody else out. That's where I find so many of my deals, and there are a lot of people like that out there. They're not looking for top dollar. They're just looking to get a little something back and help somebody else out. So anyway, I'm constantly cruising and perusing and stuff like that. And I ran across a big pile of blower parts, 671 blower. There was manifolds, snouts, pulleys, and idlers, and all kind of stuff in a pile. And the guy said, message me or call me for more information. So I shot a message over and said, hey, why don't you give me a list of what you have and the prices? And I got a response from the guy that said, I don't got time for that. I admit that the smartassery got the better of me, and my response was, well, I guess you don't have time to sell anything either, and thank you anyway. And I moved on. But I got to thinking about it, and I understand that people are busy, and he wants to unload his stuff. I get all of that. So from that perspective, I understand. I have sometimes the same struggle. And I will say, hey, if you're looking for something, let me know, and I'll see if I have it for you. But I'm not advertising that, that's for sure. It's just in a chat or discussion. I will see people, looking for things, and I'll say, hey, let me know specifically what you're looking for, and I'll dig through my archive and see if I happen to have something that can help you out. But to me, that's different than advertising something for sale and then not giving anybody a clue what it is you have, other than, in this case, blower parts. No list of parts, no prices, not even sure of the location, nothing. I'm always trying to see things from the other person's perspective, and so I get it. I'm not dissing the guy. But it is frustrating from a buyer's perspective that I would like to see a list of the things that are available and see what the prices are on those things and make informed decisions and choices, and also, quite frankly, get a little view on what the market value might be for some of the things I'm going to need for the blower on the Golden Mullet. Now, I know what those things go for brand new, which is why I'm heading towards machining a lot of that stuff myself, but that's not the point. But if I ran across a good pile of blower parts that had a lot of stuff I needed for a super deal, I'd be stupid not to buy it, because I don't need the experience of making things. I only do it to save money. But as always, with different experiences and interactions that I have with people, I first of all have to check myself before I wreck myself. I really try hard to be respectful, even though I think where somebody's coming from might be completely ridiculous. I still try to put myself in their shoes and be a little bit understanding of their perspective and where they're coming from. But it also then makes me reflect on myself and say, if I'm selling things, which I am all the time, I don't advertise many car parts, but I do have a lot of other stuff that I sell on Facebook Marketplace. Am I being fair to the seller? Am I providing clear information for what I have for sale that will help them make a good decision on whether or not they want to purchase this from me? And the second thing I try to do is be very honest in something's condition and not hide anything, so that there's no surprises when they get something. Now, I'm not always successful at that, obviously, because we all have different perspectives, but I really try hard to have integrity and honesty and not be,
Sammy the used car salesman.
But my point in today's video is it really shouldn't if we're going to sell something, I don't think we should put the burden on the buyer to drag the information out of us about what we have and what kind of prices we're asking for. That's my perspective on it. That doesn't mean that the whole world should operate that way, but to me, I guess being in sales and owning a business and things like that, I need to make very clear what my product is and what the price is if I expect somebody to be interested in purchasing something from me. But that's just me, and doesn't mean I'm right. In my own mind, I'm always playing Tavia from Fiddler on the Roof. Did I get that name right? I think so.
On one hand,
On the other hand,
but then on one hand,
And on the other hand, I bat those things back and forth in my own mind, trying to come to a reasonable conclusion on how I want to do things and how I want to approach things and how I want to live my life, especially in this case when it comes to selling stuff. And those decisions have been made a long time ago. And don't think that I spend days and hours thinking and thinking and thinking about this. I'm certainly not overthinking it, but when we're going to talk about something, then especially need to spend a little more time thinking about it so I can actually have a conversation with you guys about it and get your thoughts and get your perspectives, because that is exactly what Talk About It Tuesdays are all about.
Talk About It Tuesday, where Mike talks about stuff and then we have a discussion.
I guess for me, I don't know how many parts this guy has, and I'm not picking on him at all, so please don't think that I am. I'm just using this as an example of something that I find frustrating as a buyer. But if I was to go through the warehouse and say, I'm going to sell everything that's here, I would be completely overwhelmed at the prospects and the thoughts of having to list everything that's there. And I probably wouldn't do it. But I don't think I would want to say, I've got a whole bunch of stuff for sale, message me and I'll tell you if I've got it, and I'll tell you what I want for it. What I would probably do is break it down into little bites and pick this little section and list that stuff, and then pick that little section and list that stuff. And it might take me a couple years to do it, but I think as a seller personally, I would have more success by being clear to the buyer about what I have and what kind of price I have on that stuff, rather than just saying, I got stuff, maybe buy some.
this isn't Dalton's Everything Store.
Again, my smart aleck sarcastic self a few years ago on Facebook, I posted something on my wall about, I've got something for sale, but you have to guess what it is, and you have to guess the price, and you have to guess where I am to come and get it. That's sometimes what I feel like. And I don't know a person's situation, so I don't want to be a jerk about it, but it's like, really? It just leaves me scratching my head sometimes. So anyway, that's today's Talk About It. Always looking for stuff to talk about, always run across interesting conversations and great discussion starters, and just share some of my experiences. Thanks for being here, I appreciate it, and we will catch you on the next one. At least I'll be here. I hope you will be too. Oh yeah, don't forget, it's important.
Rock!